I saw this video and it immediately reminded me of what it felt like to be a Tesla investor over the last 30 days. Every buy was like every perilous step along the journey that young kid foolishly took. And that's how it felt for me when I was buying the dip on Tesla. It felt foolish. Like, what am I trying to step on here as the floor is falling out beneath me? But Tesla has begun to find some support, and I'm going to break it down in today's video. But this video is such a huge reminder that Wall Street is always presenting one of two emotions to us. It's either going to be fear that we're going to fall to our deaths, or FOMO, we've missed out and everybody else is making a ton of money. But there's definitely risk that has to be assumed, and there's definitely positions that you've got to take when it's really tough to take, and that's what we saw in Tesla. I'm going to go over some of the fundamentals, some of the news stories, because we're not out of the woods yet when it comes to Tesla, but we've had a very nice potential reversal pattern that's formed in the charts, and I'm going to try to guess and tell you guys where I think the price action's going to go based on what we've seen and based on what is ahead of us in the charts. I'm going to do my best to break it down for you guys today. Let me just start off though today with some commentary regarding the Discord. Today I gave a Tesla trade setup, and the trade was largely going to be within the channel that I provided, and that's exactly what we saw. We saw it move from the bottom of the channel to the top of the channel, and just that movement alone, there was the potential of running some options up from $2.50 all the way up to $4.10, I think is where it reached, and then it came all the way back to the bottom of the channel. And here's the commentary for those who are following along. Whenever you see a huge move up on Tesla, you're going to see the market take some time to digest it and go sideways, and that's what today is about. Now, as you see, when I go into this video deeper, you're going to see that I think that even though there is the opportunity for some additional attempts at a push up, I think largely by the end of this next week, we're going to find a lower price on Tesla. I'll show you guys that in the charts in a moment. But we are range bound, and just like that channel today and that first initial push up, the market needed to digest it. We've had a big push up from $175 all the way back up to the price that we reached this morning, which was right around 205. The market needs to digest that as well before going higher. Now, I also wanted to give a quick shout out to the Dollar General trade that I have been highlighting in the Discord and reminding people of. I literally would just take a picture of the chart and say, guys, this is your daily reminder that Dollar General is going to break out, and that's what we saw today. We broke above the critical level that I provided. We're pushing up. I think we're going to fill the gap, and I'm going to continue to cover that for you guys in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, guys, there's so much content that's being delivered by myself and the Stock Squad. If it's not me, it's Stock Up with Larry Jones, it's Keenan Grace, and it's Stockmo. You've got 4 seasoned traders in there answering questions and connecting with you guys. Click on the link and come check that out. Okay. So where is Tesla going? Well, we need to discuss the fundamentals and the technicals today, but we've got a couple fundamental problems that need to be reconciled, and it's going to take time to reconcile them. The first one is some news that we got out of China today. BYD EVs are coming to the US, and the question that was asked, how long do Tesla and Ford have to prepare? The fact that BYD is possibly coming to the US is a huge problem for Tesla, because BYD is a huge problem for Tesla in China. So what was discussed is that there is apparently some speculation that they would possibly open up a plant in Mexico, and that they would then begin to work on creating a distribution plan for the United States. There was some comparison to Toyota back in the day, slowly coming into the American market. And you got to realize that Toyota became the top mid-range car in America for decades in the years to come after that. And so will BYD be the new Toyota for the US? It's absolutely a threat. When could this possibly happen? Well, some people speculate that it would take them at least 2 years to even accomplish such a task, 1 to 2 years to build the factory, and possibly another year to begin to introduce the vehicle in the US. And then they're facing the issue with tariffs that would cost them at least $4,000 or $5,000 per car to bring into the US. And so even though this is a threat, the fact is it's still an obstacle, still giving Elon the time to continue to push forward. And I think the fact that we came down in the price that we came down in It's already been priced in. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's already been priced in, this threat. This is just the news that tells us why the stock is down where it's at. And then we've got the other big problem that we've got to cover, and that's the fact that they have shut Elon's pay down, even though he had a massive accomplishment in this company when that pay package was created back in 2018. They denied him, it was political, and it's not been resolved. But the good news is I think that's been priced into the stock as well. And I think that we now have this potential of a catalyst that when it does get resolved, we could see Elon pushing the company forward. Quick commentary on if you had been a Tesla investor back in 2018 when CNBC was talking about this incentive package that had been laid before Elon. If you had spent $1,000 buying Tesla stock that day, you would have acquired around 41.61 shares. It would have gone up 677% to today. Now, alternatively, if you had dropped that same $1,000 into the SPY, you would have come back and you would have had 1,900. You would not have even doubled your money. What Tesla has accomplished is absolutely incredible. The bottom line is that Elon's got to get paid. Him getting denied this pay package pushed this poor, unfortunate man from being the richest man in the world to the humble and degrading spot of being only the third richest man in the world. And so, I'm not crying any tears for Elon, but I am crying tears for Tesla if we don't get these things straightened out and see this stock become what it can become. I want to see Olympus. I want to see the robo-taxis. I want to see the AI. I want to see it all come to fruition under his leadership. All right, I'm going to dive into the technicals here in just a minute. Let me do a very quick station break for the Moomoo investment app. Guys, if you need better trade tools, check out the offer from the Moomoo platform. This is a zero cost to trade platform, and they're currently giving away up to 15 free stock. But if you just want to load up your account with some cash, they'll give you 8.1% interest rate for the next 3 months. You could begin to position yourself to trade and invest on the dip in 2024. Guys, get the free stock, earn that interest rate, and start trading with better trade tools. All right, let's dive into the technicals. I still believe that Tesla is setting up for a recovery move in 2024. I do not believe that this is going to be a slow death for Tesla. I think the charts are showing strength, but we have some hurdles that we've yet to overcome to confirm a bigger move up. And I'll just tell you what that is. I'm not bullish, and I don't have confirmation on that big move until the day that we close on the weekly chart above $217. That tells us that the long-term push-up of the stock is back on the table. Right now, we're underneath some critical areas of resistance, and we've got to fight our way through them. But as I pointed out in my last video on Tesla, we had an inverse head and shoulders pattern that pointed to the breakout that we just saw. That was very bullish. And then this most bullish thing that the charts have shown us yet was that RSI. The RSI, when the stock price came down to $175, was the most oversold that it has been, and the only comparable time frame that it had reached that oversold level on the RSI was back when the stock had fallen to $101. Now we know the outcome of that price reversal at 101. It was the best time to buy, and you had the opportunity to double and triple your money over the course of the next year. And so the RSI is telling us that that exact same condition has occurred, making 175 an ideal place to buy. But like I said with that beginning video, it is really hard to buy the bottom. It's amazing to me how much more confident you can be buying at 260 through greed than you are afraid to buy at 180, 190, or below 200. It's amazing how these emotions affect us. Let me know in the comments section if you know what I'm talking about. So here's exactly what I see in the charts. We've got a price range right now between 206, possibly as high as 207, down to 190. The breakout of those two price points, also known as points of control, are going to tell us where this stock is ultimately going to go. I believe that if we close beneath 190, it's ominous, and it means that we're going to go back and possibly get down to 160 before this going down party is over. But if we do in the course of the next 30 days manage to close above 207, then we're pushing up to the big one, 217. Keep your eyes on those prices. And even more specifically, this is how I think that should play out. Largely, we just had this massive move up off the bottom. I think the market needs to digest that. I actually think that we're going to largely go up and down next week between those two price points that I just gave you. I think by the end of next week, it's more likely that we'll be at the bottom of that price range, trying to find out if 190 is going to hold. And then into the following week, we're going to see whether or not we get the same volume response and push up at 190 that we got above 175 and 180. And that would signal to me that we are possibly going to be on our way up to 217 for that other big test. That's how I see it. I hope that I was able to communicate it clearly to you guys. I will answer questions that you might have in the comments section. Guys, I didn't say it at the beginning, but you guys know this is the Stocks with Josh show. And I do appreciate all of the views that I get. I appreciate the likes. They feed the algorithm. I appreciate the hearts. I appreciate you just saying hi in the comments. It helps push this video out to more viewers. Guys, hit the subscribe button if you want to continue to get this type of overview on companies. Winning plays like Dollar General, which are going to be huge. That party is just beginning, and it's a nice push up today, and continued coverage on Tesla and other big tech stocks. You know that I'm interested in covering Apple and Nvidia. They're both on my mind, and I want to share with you guys what I see in those charts. Hopefully I can get to that in the coming days. As always, hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Peace and blessings. Talk to you soon.